Can you see me shaking? Hear the sound of my heart breaking. Bless the soul that's aching, hoping I survive. The feeling lingers on every day of every month.
Hey guys, welcome back to my Sunday meal prep video. My name is Jennifer. If you are new here, I am 46 years old and I have been on the WW plan since September 2019 and I have lost 66 to 68 pounds. I was at 68 pounds, but I had a little gain this week, but hopefully that will come back off with no problem. And anyway, I like to do these Sunday meal prep videos every week and just show y'all how we prepare for the work week. Basically, I cook once on Sundays and then that kind of takes care of our food for the whole week. So if that's something that you're interested in, stay with us and let's get into the video. If you are new here, please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any time that I upload. I upload 3 times per week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and on Sundays. And also follow me over on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram handle here for you as well. And one other thing, and I always forget to mention it, is if you do not have Instagram and you want to, I do have a Facebook group that you can follow, and I have the link to that Facebook group down in the description box. And also, speaking of the description box, if anybody doesn't know, sorry, one of my cats just fell off the table. If anybody doesn't know, there is a description box down below the videos. There's a little arrow. You can do the drop down. And so on all of my meal prep videos, I have all of my recipes either typed out or links to those if they're recipes that I've used from somewhere else. And other additional information, links to my Amazon store, links to Fetch Rewards app if you're interested in signing up for that. I have the Facebook group linked. And I think that's about it. But anyway, anybody's video, always check out their description box. There's all kinds of useful information in there that can usually answer most of your questions. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, Charlie is getting ready to start on his part of the prep, and this is what he has to prep today. So we are having chicken fajitas this week, and then we're also doing spaghetti, which he doesn't have to prep anything for that, I don't think. But for the chicken fajitas, of course, we have lots of bell peppers, which we decided to do chicken fajitas because we were at Sam's Club, and you can get these for $6 a bag, which is pretty cheap. 3 of them he will dice up for my breakfast and my pizza toppings and stuff, and then the other ones will just be sliced into little strips for the chicken fajitas. We did get a huge pack of chicken from Sam's Club. He will probably just use 3 or 4 of those chicken breasts and slice that up into thin little strips for me to be able to make the chicken fajitas, and then he usually goes ahead and he will trim up the other chicken breast and get the fat off of it and put those in a bag, and then those will be ready to go if we want to, you know, boil chicken, make taco soup or whatever. And sometimes we will pull them out in those bags and let them thaw and then use them to make, you know, just our regular chicken. But that's what he would do with the excess ones of those, which I think next week I'm going to make salads for my lunch, so I might use some of those chicken breasts then. So we will see. I thought about doing that this week, but we had already went to Sam's Club and gotten all of my fruit for the week. So he has a nice big pineapple to cut up for me today, a cantaloupe, and of course I usually wash my blueberries once I'm done getting ready. We have a pretty little tomato to slice up for my sandwiches. And then, this is the only thing for my spaghetti. I will actually have Zoodles. So we will just do these fresh the night that we have the spaghetti. But these just need to be washed and just set over to dry so that they will be ready to zoodle up. And what we use to do those is one of those cheap little handheld, this is it, that we picked up at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, and it works great. Charlie can do it in just like a minute, and then I just pop them in the microwave for 3 minutes or so, and then they come out pretty perfect every time. You just kind of have to squeeze some of the excess liquid out. What are you doing up here, Luna? Hop down. So that is what Charlie is going to do. Of course, he will film it, and I'm going to go get ready, and then I will see y'all whenever I get ready to start throwing everything together. So it shouldn't be a hard meal prep today. We're going to do the chicken fajitas, the cauliflower rice, the Spanish rice, which that's real easy, And then for the spaghetti, I will make Charlie's noodles. I don't have to do anything with the zucchini. And then we will make the marinara. For the marinara, or for the pizza, the spaghetti sauce, I guess, I am going to use ground turkey for mine and make one, and then Charlie's going to use ground beef for his, just because that's what he prefers. And so what we will do is divide the marinara jarred sauce, which I bought some at Kroger, and it's a Kroger brand. This is the marinara sauce that we're going to try today, so I hope that it's good. We will just split this. This is a 24-ounce jar, so we will each get 12 ounces. And then we do like to add, each of us will add a can of petite diced tomatoes, which kind of bulks it up a little bit, so we'll get like half of this. These are 0 points. I think this will end up making my spaghetti 3 points per serving, because the zucchini will be 0, of course. So that is the plan for the spaghetti. I will make the 2-ingredient garlic rolls, and yeah, my chocolate protein cookies. So that's what's on the agenda. I'm gonna go get in the shower. It is already almost 10 a.m. This is why we never get started until after lunchtime. By the time that he does his prep work, I get ready, half the day's over with. So anyway, I'm gonna go get in the shower. He's gonna start doing his work, and I will check in with y'all when I get ready to start putting the fruit bowls together.
Could forget about you. The weight upon my bones makes it harder to move on. Oh, baby. Don't think that I'll ever forgive myself for losing you, or for losing you. Left our love up on those dusty shelves. Can't forgive myself for losing you. Not that we were cruel enough to do it. Now I feel so stupid. Don't you feel that too? The feeling lingers on every day of every month. Wishing I just could forget about.
Okay guys, I have my blueberries. They've been washed in the vinegar and water, which I showed you, and they have been sitting here drying for a few minutes while we ate lunch. And I have my cantaloupe and my pineapple ready, so let's make some fruit bowls.
How did we end up here in the corner, looking like enemies? We used to be the team people talk about, what a chemistry. I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb, while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. You know exactly what it means and how it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe. 'Cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me, but now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here.
Okay guys, here are the 7 prepped fruit bowls, the 7 prepped yogurt bowls. This is my tomato that Charlie sliced for me earlier for my sandwiches for the week, and my diced peppers as well. So I always love to get this out of the way first thing. It's easy. Throw it in the fridge, get it out of the way, and then we will probably start on the chicken fajitas. That will be a harder meal to make than the spaghetti. Really, with the spaghetti, I'm just making sauce for myself, sauce for Charlie, and then boiling his noodles. So that will kind of be easy, and while some of that's going, I can kind of get the garlic rolls and the cookies ready to go as well. So let me put all this away, and then we will start on chicken fajitas. Okay guys, I am ready to get started on the chicken fajitas. I have the peppers ready, the chicken is sliced, I have my cauliflower rice out, although I did realize that Kroger slipped in one plain cauliflower rice in with my 4 that I ordered yesterday, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I just think it's funny that they didn't ask me if I wanted to substitute that, which maybe they didn't notice whenever they picked it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the one plain cauliflower with the one cauliflower medley. It really doesn't make that big of a difference. And anyway, so for the chicken, I'm just basically going to season it up with the salt and pepper, chili powder, fajita seasoning, and ground cumin, of course. I will add the skillet sauce kind of at the end. Same thing for the peppers. I am going to put the peppers in like this separate skillet over here because they kind of take a little while. I'm going to put them on first actually so that they will soften up. And then once the chicken is done and the peppers are pretty much done, I'll combine it all together into one. And then for the riced cauliflower, I'm just going to put these 2 bags in the pot and kind of let that cook until it gets softened up. I'll season it with salt and pepper, and then I'll season it up good with these same 3 seasonings as well, and add in the original and the fire roasted rotel, and then just let that cook until basically the liquid dissipates and it kind of looks like rice, and it tastes like rice as well. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to season up my chicken, get it started in this skillet, season up my peppers, get it started, and then kind of once I get those going, I'll put the cauliflower rice on. Okay, so I have my chicken in here. I'm just going to put salt and pepper on it. And if you hear the dogs whining, it's because Charlie made a Publix run since we didn't go last night to pick up a few things. And he'll be coming in, so they're overly excited. And I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of the fajita seasoning and the cumin and the chili powder, but I might add a little bit more in later as well. And basically I'm just going to let this cook through and we will be back. I have the peppers on here. On this, I'm going to kind of mash it up before I open the bags because it's kind of in one hard clump so that it'll be in smaller little pieces. Which this has been sitting out for a few minutes, so I can kind of do this with my hands. But that does help in it cooking a little bit faster. So sorry if that chicken's loud, but we're going to go ahead and get the cauliflower rice going. So I'm just going to spray that pot, and I'm just going to dump both bags in and put salt and pepper on it for right now and put the lid on it until it's softened. Put some salt and some pepper. Give this a little stir, and again I'm just going to maybe turn it down a little bit and pop the lid on until it is softened up. Give my peppers a quick little stir. They're just now starting to get warm. Alright guys, the chicken is cooking right along. It is almost done, but before I do anything else to it, I'm going to go ahead and get the cauliflower rice together. So I'm going to put in 1 can of original rotel and 1 can of the fire roasted rotel. And then I'm going to go in with some of the fajita seasoning. Of course, I like to generously add my seasonings. Y'all season to your taste. And then we're going to put in some of the ground cumin. The more of this you put in, the spicier it will be. And then we're going to go in with some chili powder. And we're going to give that a good stir. And I'm not going to put the lid back on it because I want the liquid to evaporate. Okay, I'm going to check my peppers real quick. They still need to soften up quite a bit. And my chicken. So I think that the chicken is about done. There is a little bit of liquid in the bottom. So I'm actually going to drain that off and then try to see if I can't get a good sear on the chicken before I add in the sauce and the other seasonings. See, now that's browning up nicely. That's what I want to see, is the nice little singed kind of pieces. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add in some more of the fajita seasoning and of the cumin and the chili powder as well. I'm going to add most of the packet of the fajita skillet sauce, the Frontera. but I am going to reserve a little bit of it because I'm going to put some on the peppers. Doesn't that look good? We went to a Japanese restaurant last night and I told Charlie that my teriyaki chicken tastes almost just like the kung pao chicken that I make, which is similar to this, except obviously I'm using kung pao sauce instead of fajita sauce, but you can make delicious restaurant quality food at home. That looks so perfect to me. So we're going to turn that down so that it doesn't burn, and I'm going to check on these peppers and see how they're coming along because I want to combine them. I guess they've softened up enough. You know, I don't want them to be mushy, but I don't want them to be crispy either. So what I'm actually going to do is put the chicken in with the peppers just because this pot is, or this skillet is larger. And then I'm going to move it over here and then just kind of let it set and cook all together for a few minutes. Okay, and then I'm just going to mix this up well, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in the remainder of the fajita sauce. And I'm just going to let that simmer on low for a little while just to kind of let the peppers soften a little bit more. And then here we're really going good on our cauliflower rice. There's still a little bit more liquid down in there. I'm going to give it a little taste and see if it's spicy enough or too spicy or what. Which if it's too spicy, there's nothing you can really do about it. Alright, it's spicy. So we're just going to turn that down and let that finish cooking as well. And then we'll be ready to plate up here in just a few minutes. Okay guys, the chicken fajitas are done and the cauliflower rice as well, so we're going to go ahead and plate them up. I'm just going to use these small green containers that just have the 2 compartments. This side will have the chicken fajitas in it and this the cauliflower rice. These are perfect for this dish. And I'm just going to eyeball it. This comes out to 1 point per serving for the chicken fajitas. So I don't really feel that there's a need to measure it perfectly.
A minute until midnight. I'm just wondering where you at. Just thought I'd call and wish you good night. I left my key under the mat. I don't get anything done, you're stuck on my mind. I keep on missing your touch, missing your vibe. This feeling I go when I said what we had. Won't you come on over? Don't you miss me too? Give it all you got, babe. Give it all you got, baby. I'd rather try than lose you. Give it all you got, baby. Give me all you got.
Okay guys, here are the completed chicken fajitas with the Spanish cauliflower rice. Again, this comes out to a 1 point meal. I will eat this with my baked Tostitos. That's the way I like to eat the Spanish cauliflower rice. It's just delicious just to dip the rice with the Tostitos. In my opinion, I love it that way. So yeah, this is a super low point meal. If you didn't add the Tostitos, you're looking at a 1 point dinner. Of course, I'll probably have 2 bags of those, which is 3 points a bag, so that will bring me up to a 7 point dinner. But these look and smell and taste delicious. You know, I had to always do a little taste test. So looking forward to this meal this week. Now let's make some spaghetti. Okay, I'm getting ready to start on my ground turkey marinara. So I'm going to use the lean ground turkey breast. I'm going to use half of this jar of the Kroger brand Arrabbiata. I know I'm butchering that word every time I say it. Marinara sauce, which is going to be 12 ounces. This is a 24 ounce jar. And this is going to make this 3 points per serving. I'm going to use 1 can of the petite diced tomatoes just to kind of give this a little bit more volume. And I'm going to add half a can of tomato sauce. Charlie's going to get half the can of tomato sauce, half the jar of marinara sauce, and then he has a can of the Hunt's petite diced tomatoes for his as well. And then we have all the seasonings. Of course, I will do salt and pepper, and I'm going to add some more Italian seasoning, some oregano, some cumin, some chili powder, some basil, just to, and this is a spicy marinara sauce, so we'll see. But the petite diced tomatoes and the tomato sauce does not have any seasoning in it, so I know we still need to season it up well. And we have Charlie's noodles going here, and Charlie is actually going to cook his, while I cook my ground turkey. So that's the plan, and let's see how quickly we can get this done. His noodles will be done in like 5 minutes. We'll just cook those to al dente and then take those off. And yeah, let's make some marinara sauce. This is the fun of working together. We're not in each other's way or anything like that. Okay, Charlie's opening up the cans for us, so I'm gonna measure out 12 ounces of the marinara sauce for me, and then he can just have what's left in the jar. So I'm just gonna put my scale on ounces. Hope I don't splatter on my shirt. There we go, 11.5 ounces. So the rest of that will be Charlie's.
You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you I feel like breaking rules. On the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us two, playing around without a clue. On the edge, leaning out. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave. With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you. With us it's all or nothing, but guess I need more of you. You say it during night, but in the morning you just leave.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my marinara sauce and the other half of the can of tomato sauce, which the Publix tomato sauce is 0 points. They are not all 0 points, by the way. And then this can of the Fajitas tomatoes, and then we'll season her up. I want to get splattered on my new shirt. I think I'm gonna grab my little apron. See, I have this cute little apron that I got from Amanda Seifert. So I always forget to wear it, but I don't want to get tomato sauce on this new light purple shirt. And this is a little splattery. So now I'm going to go in with some Italian seasoning and some oregano. Open the other side because I know I need more than that. And I'm going to add a little chili powder and a little cumin, of course. And probably a little garlic salt or garlic powder. We'll see. A little cumin. I'm going to add some basil. You can really just add whatever you want to your taste. We're going to go in with a little garlic powder. Charlie is literally the noisiest human I know. He cannot do anything and not make a bunch of noise. See, he just sets something down, racket. I think I'm going to go in with a little more Italian seasoning and maybe a little more salt and pepper. Okay, that tastes pretty good. I think it's pretty much done. I'm just going to let it sit here and simmer. Charlie's is simmering over here as well. And then we will just portion these out in little individual containers so they will be ready to go for the week. And then I will be making some garlic rolls and some cookies. Okay guys, here is our completed spaghetti sauces. Mine is on the left with the ground turkey, and then Charlie's is on the right with the ground beef. He has his spaghetti ready. He's going to put it in a container and then he will just portion out what he wants the night that he eats it. And I'm going to preheat the oven and we're going to make some garlic rolls. Okay guys, I am ready to start on the garlic rolls. So I have already measured out 1.5 cups of, it should be self-rising flour. All that I had was all-purpose today. So I just put a little bit of baking powder in there. So I hope that it turns out okay. And then I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of garlic powder as well. And then just mix the dry ingredients well. And then we're going to add in 1 cup of the non-fat Greek yogurt. So technically I guess it's 3 ingredients since I'm adding the garlic powder. Turn you down here so that you can see. And I had to open a new garlic powder. I don't even think this one's a full tablespoon. So there's 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, and then we're just going to mix that up well and then add in our yogurt. And I don't like to do a 1-to-1 ratio of the flour to the yogurt. I do basically 1.5 cups of flour and 1 cup of yogurt. I don't really know what that ratio is, but to me it's way too sticky if you do equal parts. So there we go, 1 cup of yogurt going in, and then I'm just going to mix it really well with my spoon until it's kind of crumbly, and then you've got to be willing to go in with your hands to get a little bit dirty. Okay, I ran out of storage. I had to swap out my memory card real quick. So I have the yogurt in there now, and I'm just going to mix this up until it's nice and crumbly, and then I'm going in with my hands to knead it the rest of the way. Okay, I really don't think it's going to mix much more than that, so we're going in. And this is pretty sticky to work with. After you kind of get used to it, it gets better. The first time I worked with it, I was like, oh my God, this is a mess. But I'm just going to knead this into a nice dough ball, and then we're going to weigh it. I'm going to divide it into 18 rolls, and they come out to 1 point each. So I do like to weigh it and then try to make sure that they're all equally portioned. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let me wash my hands and be right back. Okay, and my little tip on being able to keep this from sticking to your hands is to spray your hands with butter spray. So it might sound a little weird, but it does work. Which we are going to go ahead and spray our pan with the butter spray. So basically I'm going to see how many grams this is and divide it by 18, and then that way I know how many grams to make each roll. So that's 567 grams. So 567 divided by 18 is 31.5. Okay, so I'm just going to aim for about 31 grams per roll because I always seem to end up with either a little bit too less or something. So I'm just going to make that 0. I'm going to spray my hands so that it doesn't stick, and I'm just going to pull this off until it's negative 31. And we're just going to make 18 rolls. And you will have to respray your hands in between.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight, didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Slow it down, dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth the while. You will make it in time. I never left a stone unturned, trying to find.
Okay, so here are my 18 rolls. I'm just going to spray them really well with the butter spray. And then I'm going in with some garlic salt to top them off. Okay, there they are. They're ready. I'm putting them in the oven for 12 minutes, and then I'm going to check them. If they seem like they're done, then I'm going to move them up to the top rack and put them on broil so that they'll brown nicely on the top. Okay guys, while the garlic rolls are baking, we're going to go ahead and put together our cookie recipe. So first of all, I'm going to use 1 scoop of the PE Science Select protein powder in the frosted cupcake. And then I'm going to use 1 scoop of the Matrix peanut butter cookie protein powder. And I do have both of these linked in my Amazon store if you're interested in trying them. And then I'm going to go in with about 10 grams of the Hershey's Special Dark cocoa powder. And then we're going to do 5 grams of the Jell-O sugar-free chocolate fudge pudding mix. And then we're going to do a large tablespoon of the baking powder. Which actually, that's going to finish that one off. Then we're just going to mix our dry ingredients until they are mixed well. Okay, I think that's mixed pretty good. Now we're going to go in with the wet ingredients. So we're going to use half a can of the 100% pure pumpkin, which this is half left over from the last time. So there should be about 212 grams in here or so. 215 grams, perfect. There's 425 grams in a can, so I just always try to split that. If you can see that 425 on there. Anyway, and then we're going to go in with about 100 grams or so of egg whites. Of course, I just add them until I get the consistency that I desire. There, that went up to 114, which is fine, because I usually add a little bit more anyway. That's not a bad consistency, but I'm going to put just another little splash of egg whites in, like maybe 10 grams or so, just to make it a little creamier. Can you see that? So it's not like real thick like a normal cookie dough batter, but you don't want it runny. So I think that looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and add in 14 grams of the Lily's dark chocolate baking chips. What they look like. This is the no sugar added. And these will be ready to get on the baking sheet. Okay, so we are ready to go ahead and portion out the cookies. And I'm going to actually use this ice cream scoop. I usually never do that, but I did it the other day and I thought, I think I'm just going to do that instead of spooning it. Try to get them a little more even.
Loving this crazy world, I feel like I was never heard. All I wanted was to be loved. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. You will find a way. Slow it down, dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and downs.
Okay, these are ready to go in for 9 minutes at 350 degrees. And then one thing that I wanted to talk about real quick was I've gotten a lot of questions, like some people's might not be done at 9 minutes. Of course, all ovens do vary. If it's too squishy on top, put it back in just for like another minute at a time until you feel like it's done. If you overcook it, then they're going to be too dry. So you want them to be a little bit soft, but you don't want them to feel like they're almost runny. Like if you poked your finger through it, it would run out. Then they're not done. So, you know, some of it you got to play by ear. My oven cooks really hot, so 9 minutes is almost perfect. Occasionally I have left them in for 10 minutes, but very, very rarely. So, you know, just, I guess just use that common sense on whether or not you think that they're done. I do pull those out, let them cool completely. I do not eat them immediately. I doubt that they would be any good immediately. They cool. I put them in the refrigerator. Some people store them on the countertop. I just feel like it keeps them fresher because it will take me pretty much all week to eat those. So that's one reason I like to put them in the fridge. And then I just warm them for 30 seconds in the microwave whenever I eat them. I usually eat 3 at a time. So, and that's 2 points for 3 cookies. It's pretty filling. But again, you know, if it's too dry, then maybe your mixture was not thin enough. Maybe it was too thick. Or maybe it was overcooked or something like that. But they're pretty easy. I haven't had any issues with them. And so, yeah, just a few tips for y'all. I get a lot of questions about them. Some people love them. They've worked out perfect for them. Some people, they've tried them. They're too dry. So I either think they're not putting enough egg whites or, you know, they're overcooking or something. So play it by ear. You know, play around with it a little bit. I mean, it doesn't have to be precise as far as like the egg whites and stuff like that. You know, just mix it until you feel like it's a good consistency. Not too thin, not too thick, and you'll figure it out. Here are the garlic rolls fresh out of the oven. They look perfect, perfectly brown. I did put it on broil for a minute or two until they broiled on top. And yeah, these smell delicious. You cannot go wrong with these. They're so good. But anyway, now back to the cookies. Okay guys, here are the cookies fresh out of the oven, which you can see they're a little soft, but not too much. So they will flatten out, and that will help keep them a little bit moist. If I overcooked them until they were completely done, then they would probably be like dry little bricks. So I think these are perfect. They're looking good. I know they're delicious. Alright, I am finally finished with today's meal prep. Yet again, another successful meal prep, I think. So we have the 7 containers of fruit and the 7 containers of yogurt. We have 6 servings of the chicken fajitas with the cauliflower Spanish rice. And then we also have 6 servings of the, well, mine is ground turkey marinara, and Charlie's is ground beef marinara for our spaghetti. We have Charlie's spaghetti already made. I will make my Zoodles fresh on the night that we have spaghetti, which tonight will probably be a spaghetti night. I have a fresh batch of my chocolate peanut butter protein cookies ready to go. We have 18 garlic rolls, so we will each get 3 of these per night whenever we have the spaghetti, and that will be 3 points. They are 1 point each. And then I have my breakfast fixed for the week. So I have 5 containers of the scrambled eggs, egg whites with the diced peppers, and I have 10 strips of bacon so that I will have 2 each day. So again, another successful meal prep in the books. Very happy to get this done today. I'm going to clean up and relax for the rest of the afternoon. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me for another meal prep video. I hope that you got some great ideas and try some of these recipes. Please leave some comments down below. I love to comment back and forth with y'all, and I appreciate every one of you. If you are new to my channel and haven't already subscribed yet, please go ahead and click that subscribe button down below and that notification bell so that you don't miss any time that I upload. I upload on Tuesday, Thursday, and on Sundays. And also follow me over on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram handle here as well. I usually post there daily and can interact with y'all more and get to know y'all a little bit better. So again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.
What makes it worth the while?